Hi, this is Afar from Scrappy Mania, and today I want to show you how to create these perfect bows using stuff that you already have in your stash. So this is a double bow, and they're perfect each and every time. This is a double bow also. This is a nice simple bow, and this is a triple bow. And actually the triple bow I don't like as much as I like the single and double bow. So let me show you how to create those. You're going to need some cardboard, and you need corrugated cardboard, and you're also going to need a ruler to kind of get your spacing just right. You're also going to need some skewers. So I got some bamboo sticks here, so I'm going to use some of these. And you're going to need some ribbon, and then you're going to need something to tie the middle of your ribbon. So a thinner ribbon will be preferable to tie the middle. Now this one I used is the same type of ribbon to tie it, but it didn't tie as well, and I had to put a little bit of glue here to keep it in place so it wouldn't unravel. But this one I used a thinner ribbon, and it worked just perfect to keep that nice and tight. But either one will work. You just need to put, you know, when you cut it, make sure you adhere it with some fabric glue onto the back of the ribbon, so that way when you lay it on your project, it will stay still. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and use this wide ribbon. So depending how wide your ribbon is, you're going to either make the spacing inch or inch and a half or 2 inches. It's however you want the bow to be. Depends how large you want the bow or how small you want the bow. And then if I'm making a bow with this one, this is like 1/2 inch. Actually, this is an inch ribbon. If I make it out of this one, I might want to make the spacing 1/2 inch. And I already made a couple, like this is 1.5 inches. This is 1 inch. And this is another 1 inch. And I do have a 1/2 inch spacing here. So I've been playing with all these and creating all these bow makers. So you don't have to go out and buy fancy bow makers or anything. You can just use this technique, and it's stuff that you really have around the house, and just use up the stuff. Recycle. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and actually kind of make it, since it's a large ribbon, let me try inch or 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark out 2 inches. So I'm going to put marking here. Here's the next marking. Okay. So there's my 2 inch apart. Then I'm going to take my skewer, and I'm going to go ahead and thread the skewer in between the channel of my marking. So see how you have a channel right there? So that channel is right in the center of my marking. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and place my skewer. And then this is the last one of the channel. So here I got a 2 inch spacing on all my sides. So now I'm going to go ahead and create the double bow out of this ribbon. This technique that I'm going to show you here is good for ribbon that have color on each side. I'm going to show you another technique to use for these that only have a print on one side of the ribbon. Okay, so now you're going to take the ribbon, and you're going to clamp the tail of the ribbon on your first skewer. See here with your clips. And I'm going to just gather it a little bit so that way I make sure that I hold it in place. Okay. So once you do that, you're going to go under, over the third, under the fourth. Then you're going to go repeat the same the same method, but this time you're going to go over the fourth, under the third skewer, over the third, under the fourth, the first one. Then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go over the first skewer, under the second, over the third, and under the fourth. Now if I keep it this way, it's only going to give me a single bow. Okay, now I want to make this one into a double bow, so I need to go again, over, under, over, under, and now I'm going to finish it. I'm going to go over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay, now I have a double bow. Now if I want to, so this is 1, 2, 1, 2, and when I clamp it down, it's going to be double. If I want a triple bow, then I will go over, under, over, under, and I will go one more time, over, under, over, under. And this will produce a triple bow because I have 1, 2, 3. So you need to have the equal amount of loops on one side, and there's 1, 2, 3. There's equal amount of loops. So that's a triple bow. And then, but I don't want a triple bow, so I just want a double bow. So I'm going to make sure I have 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I'm going to clamp this down. Okay? Now, the next thing I need to do is get some ribbon or a tie or anything that you want to use, and you want to tie this in the middle. So you're going to bring it your ribbon down, just like you see there, and then we need something to tie the center. I'm going to go ahead and use some of this yarn, but you can use a thinner ribbon, anything that you have in hand. You can use tulle, anything. And then I'm going to just give it a double loop. And I'm going to tie it in the back, make a knot, and then cut the excess tail. And then you can tuck those tails in the back. Okay? Now you remove your clips. You pull this out. You play a little bit with the tails. You cut it. Play with the bow so that way, you know, with the loops, just kind of get it just right. You can bring this tail under, like so. And then don't forget to cinch the edges of your ribbon. There are some fancy tools out there that you can buy from the manufacturer. And actually this one is, I didn't cut it as good as I like to cut it. I'm not doing a good job on cutting the tails, but you'll do a better job than I am. Then you're going to take a lighter and you're just going to cinch the edges. So there you have my bow. And this ribbon has soccer written on one side, so it has a print on one side of the ribbon and it has no print on the back side. So to make, and I'm going to create a simple, I just want a simple ribbon with this one. With these that have print, you only can make either a double or a simple ribbon. So you're going to take your ribbon and you're going to clamp it down on one end. And it actually reads soccer, so let's do it the opposite side. So I want it to read soccer, so I'm going to place the ribbon so it reads it reads well. And then I'm going to go over all 4 of them and then over and then clamp it on this side. Now I'm going to cut. I'm going to take a little bit of thin ribbon, cut about 2.5 to 3 inches of that thin ribbon. Going to thread it under. And then you're going to go 1 and 2. So I went ahead and used a larger ribbon. Okay. So you're going to let it go. You're going to pull it out and then tie it. And now it's tight. It's nice and tight. Make sure you cinch the edges of that ribbon if you're using ribbon. Okay. Undo the clip, pull it out, and there's your simple bow. Then you simply just cut off the excess tails. Hopefully you do a better job in cutting the tails than I am. And then cinch the edges. And there, and just play with the bow a little bit, get it how you like it. And there, you have another bow. So, here are all the bows that I created today. Here's another one. Another bow. This one, I really like how this one came out very nice. And this one. So play around with the ribbons that you have. Try thick, thin ribbon. Just make sure that spacing is appropriate according to the ribbon. If there are thinner ribbons, you want to make the spacing either 1/2 an inch or even smaller. Just experiment with the width here and experiment with the different ribbons. And I hope you like this technique, and thank you for watching. Bye now.